Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome to Sons of Liberty 1773. I'm your host, Bill Bailey. Hey, this is something that's been off my radar. I don't know how I missed it. This has more to do with Michigan, but it affects really everybody that lives in America. We have a pretty major international military base, Camp Grayling, up in northern Michigan, the lower peninsula, I don't know, up maybe in this area right here, the lower the mitten. So Camp Grayling is a international training base. I mean, there's been people, quote, allies that have trained with us here from other parts of the world. They want to double this base, and I don't know how I missed this. I think I remember it vaguely a while back. That is Gretchen Whitmer there on screen there that was at the base recently. So to grow I love our military. I want them to be able to have a place to train. This one's a little more concerning because it's a international training base, but it has a purpose, but I find it's a big base. I mean, they want to double the size of it. So this is a letter from a concerned Michiganian that a friend just sent me. I don't know this person, Michelle Donahue Barrowman. So this message is meant for all Michigan residents, whether you're seasonal, year-round, or a visitor in of what Northern Michigan is all about. My message is to get educated about the plans of U.S. military. Michigan's own U.S. senators and our state government has already spent millions on. They're talking about Camp Grayling. This plan would forever permanently change all of Northeast Michigan from Houghton Lake to Alpena, from Bear Lake to Oscoda. Folks, we're talking about the request by the Michigan National Guard to expand Camp Grayling by doubling its size. Already the nation's largest reserve training site, they have 147,000 acres and want an additional 160,000 more acres. Crawford County is only 360,000 acres as a whole. The ask is high-minded and supported by discussions that were conducted in Washington and Lansing concerning the militarization of every air base and training base in Northeast Michigan. We're talking about thousands of foreign, out-of-state reserve and active forces of all types conducting numerous exercises on land, sea, and air over the entire NLP for the promise of economic growth. This would become the nation's primary warfighting training base, year-round air, land, and sea. Grayling would become a completely different community with active duty soldiers equipped and active activity in all seasons. Our patriotic commitment that has been 6 to 8 weeks per summer would become 3 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 times per year. Half of every year there would be increased activity in the cities, woods, and air. We cannot be fooled by the promise of economic benefit, as this will destroy the very thing that brought most. We cannot be fooled by the promise of economic benefit, as this will destroy the very thing that brought most of us here. Things will not be hidden in the woods. Civilian firms will be granted the right to test unproven equipment, electronic jamming, interference signal, and conduct drone launching from everywhere they have airspace control. We need immediately extensive and far-reaching attention to what our governor has been convinced of and is now supporting. Senator Peters, a communist Democrat, must be stopped. Jen Rogers must be stopped. The governor has to get the message that we don't want this. The original $1 million study concluded that of the 100 hand-picked local politicians and business owners, 61% would support the plan, so they assume that the citizens would too. That is how they convince politicians to spend hundreds of millions more already on Camp Grayling. We must get the message out to all of the state's media outlet, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana as well. If we fail, tens of thousands of more acres will be off limits, watersheds at risk, lands unavailable for public use, live fire conducted into Lake Huron, untold dangers from airwave warfare, and the economic loss of tourism. This will ruin what you and I have lived our lives in. Even if you don't venture off the pavement, your way of life will be forever changed. Except no excuses from any politicians at any level. They too will have to deal with the consequences. No crying wolf here. Enough, period. 5,500 strong in our opposition group. We need 100,000. This is from Scott Hamlin, concerned lifetime lover of Northern Michigan. So, in Jennifer Grant, I can't tell one communist governor in Michigan from the other. Would Gretchen Whitmer use the National Guard to quell a civil uprising when she tries to take our firearms from us? I have some concerns, although I love our military, and I know a lot of National Guard people have been in the National Guard, and they are patriots, but I'm concerned because this is a multinational training base, and they do have jets and bombing drops. I think they have tank fire. I see the planes flying from there. I mean, we got to have a training place, right? But this seems like a big expansion, and I'm not a trusting person, as you've heard me say several times. So I found a couple articles, lots of them out there. You can search us. Just search Camp Grayling expansion, and you'll get a bunch of articles that'll pull up. This is at the News Review, Petoskey News Review, local city up here. DNR to decide on next phase of proposed Camp Grayling expansion. This is from November 7th. And I just want to go down here to the bottom. The proposed expansion is staggering, as it would add 250 square miles to the existing 230 square miles Camp Grayling now encompasses. The military argues that this would improve training for electromagnetic warfare. Oh, great. I'm glad I'm putting the whole house EMP breaker on my house now. Continuing, that it has already been engaged in for years. We are not convinced that additional land is needed, especially in Crawford County. In addition, the proposed buffer of 1,500 feet from the rivers is purely arbitrary and not driven by scientifically based analysts. It is also important to note here that we now are dealing with the containment of ground and surface water from PFAS emanating from Camp Grayling, which is really bad for the water. It's a cancerous agent. I think it's from like foam you spray on a runway for if there was a plane landing on fire to put out a plane. So there's that, and then they want to expand their airspace. Not only their ground space they want to double, they want to expand their military airspace. Military airspace expansion plan irks Camp Grayling growth opponents. I'll just skip down here. Expansion of the Alpena Special Use Airspace Complex would add another 1,633 nautical square miles to the already existing 11,042 square miles. And you can see the map there. So let me know what you think, folks, about the Blue Helmets training here in northern Michigan, doubling the size of their base. I say that because they do train here, the UN troops. So when the Blue Helmets come to, do the bidding of the communists that are running this country, this would be one of the bases they'd be coming to and training at. I'm not a fan of it. It's a big base already. I think it does everything they need it to do as it is. But, as far as military people, some of the stuff I don't agree with. I mean, if military personnel are coming into Gaylord to buy stuff and eat and drink and whatever, I think if I was a business person, I probably would be behind that. but I just see something nefarious in the background here. I know a veterinarian that we did use as a weekend warrior. We call him National Guard, and he was a elevated rank. I forget what it was. But I asked him, I go, I heard rumors that there's, a bunch of UN vehicles in there. And he goes, I wouldn't know. And he just come back from a training that weekend. I was there with our dog, with Mocha. I go, well, what do you mean you wouldn't know? He goes, it's massive. And they move us in. When we come in there, they like walk us. This is your job. Stay in this area, do this. And we finish and we go back home. Says we don't get to see it. They don't like take us on a tour. He goes, it's a big base. So if they were there, I wouldn't know it. So I mean that's what he told me. So now they want to double this base. So if you live in Michigan, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Share this video, make people aware. I suspect the governor and the state has made up their mind. And you can bitch all you want. They're going to do what they're going to do. That's my 2 cents, okay? I will see you later. I'm heading over to Rumble, where I can, I'm quoting something, one of these shows. I think it was Family Guy. Guy said, I'm heading to the basement where I can dispense the insults rather than absorb them. But for me, I'm definitely going over to Rumble, where I can free speak my mind about a few issues. So if you want to find my Rumble channel, just go to my main YouTube page here, right? And then the main YouTube page, like every YouTuber channel has their main page. And it says About, way over on the far right. If you're on your phone, you got to scroll over to see the tab. You click on About and you go down, it shows all my other social media links, and Rumble is right there. Click on Rumble and you can see me over there. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this. So probably pretty serious. I don't know how I missed this, to be honest. Just wasn't paying attention, or it really hasn't been in the news here. I would have, Renee would have made me aware of it because she kind of watches all the local news. But Gretchen Whitmer, I just think the deep state's up to no good. So my opinion. I don't have enough intel. If I talk to some of the military people there and explain to me why they feel they need this extra space, probably getting ready to train more troops to send to Poland before they go into Ukraine. Who knows, right? But I don't know. Give me your thoughts. I will see you over at Rumble if you want to join me over there. See you. Bye.